Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
One touchdown, one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully...
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
Part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity, just moments in the game, to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
So here come the Cowboys onto the field with excellent position to get things started. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback. On first down, Ferguson
to the 27-yard line. Well, this, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5. And it was the Cowboys winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here back home in Arlington.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got it.
Touchdown, Cowboys!
Jamison Williams.
His 14th touchdown now on the year.
And the Cowboys use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And it was Jamison Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown.
Following the touchdown, here's Moore to kick it away.
From the 10.
Well, now how about this return?
And he nearly broke that for Moore, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Carlson. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career, that draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they call Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catches
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Carlson. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Now, you don't want to see that penalty at any point, but it adds a little extra to it when it comes on 3rd down.
It certainly does, because if this were a boxing match, they had him on the ropes there. 3rd down incompletion, 4th down upcoming. Instead, that mistake resets everything back to 1st down, which means they have to stay on the field longer to try and stop this drive.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with. They have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it? Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
The kick by Lutz is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Jamison Williams out onto the field as his guys take over on offense.
And CD, assuming he stays healthy, assuming the health, should get to that 1,000-yard mark pretty easily.
And the best part of what he's done so far is allows him and the team to relax their pursuit a little bit. Meaning, if they just have normal games, they'll get to the 1,000-yard mark. They don't have to force anything. But one of the reasons he's having the year he's having is what I call route-running arrogance. They think there's no one that can cover them. No matter how many people are put in his direction, it just doesn't matter. He's going to find it.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, you got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. To throw on second down, Carlson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
To throw on third down, Carlson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
The kick by Lutz is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
We'll see a return here from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first, as they've got it with a third down coming up. Open man layup. It's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Ferguson from the shotgun handoff. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. The Cowboys at 7-3 now on the year. And they've been in a great groove. Winners of 7 of their last 10 now on the year.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate,
and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Swinging this out for Pollard.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll bring up a second down and just a couple. They'll set up to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, 33 yards, as his guys are able to extend their lead. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
Throwing to start the drive. Carlson.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And he finds Howard complete.
Finding room at midfield.
The 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. Yards.
And the Eagles are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Lutz with the extra point, and that will tie things up at 13. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Dallas offense set for this next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Back to throw.
Able to hit his target, Lamb.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Ferguson up the middle. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Working with a 2nd and 3.
They'll set up a throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
He's got his man. It's Andrews.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Carlson trying for Brown, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Kelvin Joseph.
He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Marr now to add the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Howard. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the gun on third down, Carlson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. First down now, but that clock rolling.
This one complete down the field to Goddard.
Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
He's going to drop this down to Sanders. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
So here are the Cowboys to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Really would have helped him there, but not to be.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I've got a good friend in football who always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board,
Those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 32-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down. Going up the gut with Ferguson. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10.
49 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
On first, again, they go with Ferguson. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Touchdown! From 6 yards away.
And the Cowboys take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Marr on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's capped off for the Cowboys touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
From the 10. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half.
They make their 2nd half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realize what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
17 yards and a first down for Philly.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Trayvon Diggs getting the tackle.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Carlson. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. Back now in Arlington. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Now, yes, a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a two-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll go again with Sanders, and he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. On 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Off the play fake. Carlson. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And he is going to have an Eagles first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Over the middle, complete. That's Howard.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Flushed out right, and he'll just get rid of it.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance, knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
Eluding and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
And another long drive from the offense, but the defense is denying them the end zone. Nothing to show for the last drive offensively. They can't come away empty-handed again.
He's going to go up top for the end zone. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this one is incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They start out with a run by Ferguson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2nd and 9 now. He's airing it out for Williams. That's caught at the 25.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. On the handoff, this is Ferguson. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. That one looks like he'll throw here. This is caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now here's Pollard. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll run it. This is Ferguson. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. A great play there.
His third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Back to throw again. This will be caught by Brown.
He'll get it inside the 20.
Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, 46 yards.
And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on.
Roughing the kicker.
Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. They'll look to throw here. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Jamison Williams,
his second touchdown of the night.
And the Cowboys have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter. And this win now going to look a little more lopsided on the scoreboard, CD. Now, some may have run out the clock in that scenario, but they wanted to put their foot on the gas, get one more touchdown, and they did just that.
Well, Mark, I would say the traditionalists not overly excited about that score. They'd like to see the game played a little bit differently. But what you can't argue with is their execution of that play, because it played out exactly as it was drawn up. It almost would have been a shame not to finish with such a well-run play.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Eagles offense and A.J. Brown headed back out there.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Throwing again. Carlson. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
On third down, Carlson. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off